Hello, I'm Lauren and today I'm going to show you how to make some Christmas tree baubles. I'm going to have 3 different designs and each design is going to be a different shape, colour and have a different decal. To make my baubles, I've made a simple assembly of 3 parts: the bauble itself, the cap and the string. The bauble part is a part with 3 different configurations. There's bell, round and teardrop shape. These each have a different revolve feature to achieve the shape, as you can see. We're going to create 3 different designs with different decals on the different shaped baubles. We're going to add these using display states linked to configurations. We'll add these at part level as we have more control over where the decal is applied. Linking display states to configurations allows us to add different appearances and decals to each design. I'm going to rename all 3 configurations to represent the shape. Now we're going to add some appearances and decals to each of these designs. We're going to add an appearance to this bell design. We'll go for a red. If I hold down Alt while I drag this appearance on, it will go straight into editing the appearance. We'll make sure that it applies to this display state. This means it's only going to apply to this design. I want to add a decal to this design. I'll click on Display Manager, click on Decals, and I'll right click and add decal. I'll browse to the snowflake PNG which I've saved out. Because it's a PNG, I can make use of the fact there's no background and choose Use Decal Image Alpha Channel, which is going to pick up on the transparent background. I'm going to change the mapping to cylindrical and I'll change the axis direction to XY and move this up a bit. I'm also going to make sure Fixed Aspect Ratio is ticked and choose Fit Width to Selection. Now we've finished our bell design. Let's add some appearances and decals to another design. I'm going to add polished gold to this design, again holding Alt and making sure it's this display state. Now I'm going to add a decal to this design. This time I'm going to use projection, X, Y and reduce the scale slightly. And now we'll finish up our final design. I'm going to use a chromium plate for a shiny silver and we'll add a decal to this design. I'll click on the face of the bauble. I'll use Decal Image Alpha again as this is another PNG. I'm going to change this to label, tick mirror horizontally and mirror vertically. I'll also change the positioning. Now I'll do the same for the back and save. We need to create 3 configurations within our assembly so we can pull through the right design. We could have added appearances and decals at assembly level, but we cannot specify faces if we do this. For this reason, SolidWorks recommend applying decals to parts. Once I have the 3 different configurations within the assembly, I can change which configuration of the bauble part it is using. I've downloaded a Christmas tree and I've added my baubles to this in an assembly. I can change these configurations through my design tree. Once I'm happy with my tree design, I can bring this into Visualize. Here I've already imported my Christmas tree model. I've added a back plate under my Scenes tab and I can choose to make this visible. I can move and scale my model and also change the appearances. If I click an appearance brought in by SolidWorks, it will highlight everything with that appearance applied. I can then double click a new appearance to apply it to everything highlighted. I'll play around with these a bit. I can also right click within appearances and unify identical and delete all unused. I'm going to add a camera and play around with my environment, rotating it to get the lighting how I want. Once I'm happy, I can click Final Render and I'll set this with a 30-minute time limit. Here's one I ran earlier. You can see my Christmas tree in my living room scene. Thank you for watching and have a very Merry Christmas.